A generation lost. The reality of teen opioid use. The numbers are stark. Teen opioid overdoses are rising at an alarming rate. Every day, families grieve the loss of young lives cut short. This crisis touches every community, regardless of socioeconomic status or background. We must face this challenge head-on, for the sake of our children and our future. These are not just statistics. They are our children, our friends, our neighbors. Behind each number is a story of potential unrealized, a life tragically cut short. The opioid epidemic is not a distant problem. It is a present and growing danger that demands our immediate attention. We cannot afford to be complacent. The time for action is now. We must educate ourselves, our families, and our communities about the risks of opioid use and the devastating consequences of addiction. This is a fight we must win, for the sake of our children and the future of our nation. This crisis requires a multifaceted approach, one that combines prevention, treatment, and support. It is time to break the stigma surrounding addiction and create a culture of compassion and understanding. Only through collective action can we hope to stem the tide of this epidemic and safeguard our future generation. The slippery slope. Understanding the risks and recognizing the signs. Opioids are powerful drugs that can quickly lead to addiction. Teens may experiment with prescription opioids, unaware of the potential consequences. They may be influenced by peers or social media. It is crucial to understand the risks and warning signs. Changes in behavior can be early indicators of opioid misuse. Withdrawal from family and friends, declining academic performance, and loss of interest in hobbies can be red flags. Physical symptoms like drowsiness, slurred speech, and constricted pupils should also raise concern. Parents and educators play a vital role in prevention. Open communication about the dangers of opioids is essential. Talking to teens about the risks of prescription drug misuse and the potential for addiction can make a difference. Early intervention is key. If you suspect opioid use, seek help immediately. There are resources available to support both teens and their families. Remember, addiction is a disease, not a moral failing. Treatment and recovery are possible. Open communication. The cornerstone of prevention. Communication is our most powerful tool against opioid use. Talking openly with teens about drugs can make a real difference. Create a safe space for them to ask questions and share concerns. Start these conversations early. Don't wait for a crisis. Make talking about drugs a normal part of family life. Listen to your children's concerns and answer their questions honestly. Be informed. Educate yourself about the different types of opioids, their effects, and the risks associated with their use. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to talk to your kids. Remember, communication is a two-way street. Encourage your teens to come to you if they are ever offered drugs or if they are struggling with peer pressure. Let them know that you are there for them, no matter what. Navigating the digital age. Addressing the influence of social media. Social media plays a significant role in teen life, and unfortunately, it can also be a platform for promoting drug use. Be aware of the content your teens are exposed to online. Talk to your teens about the dangers of online drug promotion. Encourage them to be critical of what they see online and to be wary of anyone offering drugs or glamorizing drug use. Monitor their online activity. While it's important to respect your teens' privacy, it's also crucial to be aware of their online behavior. Use parental controls if necessary and stay informed about the latest social media trends. Promote healthy online habits. Encourage your teens to use social media for positive purposes, such as connecting with friends, pursuing their interests, and accessing educational resources. Section 5. A community united building support networks for prevention and recovery. Combating the opioid crisis requires a collective effort. Schools, community organizations, and healthcare providers all play a vital role in prevention and support. Support schools in implementing drug prevention programs. These programs can educate students about the risks of drug use, teach them refusal skills, and provide them with healthy coping mechanisms. Engage with community organizations. Many organizations offer resources and support for families struggling with substance use. These organizations can provide information, counseling, and support groups. Advocate for increased access to treatment. Treatment for opioid use disorder is essential for recovery. Support policies that expand access to affordable and effective treatment options. Early intervention is crucial in addressing opioid use disorder. Recognizing the signs and symptoms can be life-saving. Changes in behavior, appearance, and academic performance can all be indicators of a problem. Look for physical signs such as constricted pupils, drowsiness, and slurred speech. Behavioral changes like withdrawal from family and friends, loss of interest in hobbies, and declining grades can also be warning signs. If you suspect opioid use, don't hesitate to seek help. Talk to your child's doctor, a school counselor, or a substance use treatment professional. Remember, addiction is a treatable disease, and recovery is possible. There are resources available to support both teens and their families. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. The sooner you intervene, the better the chances of a successful recovery. Prevention is most effective when we empower teens with the knowledge and skills they need to make healthy choices. Education about the risks of drug use, coupled with strong refusal skills, can make a significant difference. Teach teens about the science of addiction. Understanding how drugs affect the brain and body can help them make informed decisions. Explain the risks of overdose, addiction, and long-term health consequences. Role-play different scenarios. Practice refusal skills for situations where they might be offered drugs. Empower them to stand up for themselves and make healthy choices, even when faced with peer pressure. Promote healthy coping mechanisms. Teach teens healthy ways to cope with stress, anxiety, and peer pressure. Encourage them to engage in activities they enjoy, such as sports, music, or spending time with friends. While the opioid epidemic is a serious crisis, it's important to remember that recovery is possible. Sharing stories of hope and resilience can inspire others and break down the stigma surrounding addiction. Highlight stories of individuals who have overcome opioid use disorder. These stories can provide hope to those struggling with addiction and demonstrate that recovery is achievable. Share stories of families who have supported loved ones through recovery. These stories can provide guidance and support to other families facing similar challenges. Celebrate the strength and resilience of those in recovery. Their journeys can inspire others and show that a brighter future is possible. The opioid epidemic is a complex challenge that requires a multifaceted approach. We must all do our part to protect our children and communities from the devastating consequences of opioid use. Advocate for policies that support prevention, treatment, and recovery. Contact your elected officials and urge them to prioritize funding for programs that address the opioid crisis. Support organizations working on the front lines of this epidemic. Volunteer your time, donate resources, or simply spread awareness about their efforts. Talk to your friends, family, and neighbors about this issue. The more we talk about it, the less stigma there will be and the more likely people are to seek help. Together, we can make a difference. Let's work together to create a future free from the grip of opioid addiction.